All right. Hello, InfoWebs. It says we're live. Hello. No, we're not live. No, it says we're live.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Now that the InfoWebs have caught up. All right. We are here. It is Sunday. I'm Phoenix Electra. I don't know who you are, but, whatever. Welcome to the Sunday stitching shows. Because I don't watch football. I don't understand the sport. People running around chasing balls, whatever. Don't get it. The Olympics, haven't watched any of it. I just haven't this year. Actually, and I didn't watch them last year either, partly because they're so hard to. Can't find what I want when I want it, or it's just hard to get to. But where are we? Last week, me and the gatherings for the back shoulder, I finished stitching down the lace applique on the back section. Put my face on beauteous for you guys. Set my hair last night. It was too wet, so half of it is a mess because it was still wet when I took out my antique rollers this morning. But we're just gonna work with it. And is my sweater finished? No, but I couldn't help it. I just wanted to wear it so badly that I was like, well, just do it because I can do what I want while I'm sitting in my chair. So there. All right. I only need one piece to work on today, so I think we are going to continue tackling the bust lace. Yeah, that's the agenda for this afternoon's. Oh, we still haven't figured out how. Sorry, no, wrong direction. I need like a table to put my project on. Whatever. We'll get there. We're just a little bit better each week. Do I want to work on that bust? No. Take it back. I'm gonna do some work on the waist one instead. That's what I feel like working on. So, for some reason, that bust shaping intimidates me, and I don't have a great reason why. So, whatever. And of course, I misplaced my little snips. So, how's everybody's week going on? Anything new, exciting, spectacular, horrible, anything fun out there, InfoWebs? Really? Oh, somebody liked and did the YouTube things. Yay! I was getting excited thinking I was going to get up to my first get my 10th subscriber this week, only to find out that somebody didn't like the show and I lost a subscriber. Went down from 9 to 8. Yeah, so sad. And there's something wrong with the YouTube watch counter because I know someone is watching, but it says no one is watching. So, I don't know what that's all about. Do not know. Whatever, InfoWebs. Yeah, so last week I'd written down some things to babble on about, and I forgot. So, we're starting off real good this week, but at least I did my nails, even though they're chipping already because I love this matte black polish. But if you put a top coat on, then it makes it shiny, and it doesn't stay matte, and I really like it because it's matte. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Just live with chipped nails. And have a sip of tea from my streaming cup. The girl in the window is watching me. That was such a good show. All right, so should we do a recap of what I binge watched this week? because why not? Why not? Oh, and I forgot my straw and a lipstick, but whatever. We are just rolling with it because, as Emily D. Baker says, we're professionals. You're so not professionals. Actually, take that back. I am a professional. In the event that topics come up later on, I do work in healthcare as a physician. This is not medical advice. This is not legal advice. This is educational and entertainment purposes only. Mostly entertainment, because this is a shit show of funness. So, oh, that's right. What did we watch this week? Finished binge watching Ozarks. So good. Oh my gosh. The first part of season 4. Oh, so good. So good. And we watched the woman in the window with the girl in the window. That was also quite entertaining. So I'm just going to do a back stitch. Am I doing a back stitch? I'm going to stitch this down somehow, and then I'm going to stitch the bottom down, and then we're going to cut this section, the red, open it up, seam that down, and then run some lace in between the details of the ribbon so that we can have a little waist shaping so that it doesn't completely look like we're wearing a sack when this project is finished, which it basically is a rectangular sack. So we watched that. We watched Ozarks. Oh, and the second season of Cheer. Ay, ay, ay. So much. So much. And what's next? Hopefully my computer fan monitor is not being too loud. This computer just gets noisier and noisier. We're saving up our pennies for new equipment, but we're not there yet. We're not making any money on these YouTubes, so we cannot upgrade our equipment currently. But that's fine. We'll get there. But I did try a new setup so you can see my heart and my lungs better. Maybe one of these days I'll actually film my entire anatomical body part collection, because I actually have 2 of them. One that is antique models that were distributed by pharmaceutical reps back in the 60s and 70s. So that's fun. And then I have the parts that I've made. My heart, my lungs, I have an intestinal tract, I have an eyeball, I have a boob, I have anything, and that's it. So, yeah. Oh, cats on patterns. They are distracting me because I hear them and see them, but you can't see them. So yet again, I do have cats. You just have to take my word on it. You just have to pretend to believe me. So I can't always make them perform on command. Only when it's feeding time, and even then I can't always. Oh, and now they're gonna go outside, so. Bye, cats! Brave Lucas is so upset because I made her get her necklace on. Her brother's like, I'll wear my harness, I'll wear my necklace. Do I get to go outside now? Yes. And she's like, no! I will not wear this pretty necklace, human. I do not want other people to know that I'm a homed cat. And I said, that's not the way things work around here, cat. Oh, Simba. So, that's what I've been watching. That's what's been going on around here. The weather's super confusing. It's 70 outside, but the house is cold on the inside. And then it's supposed to get down to the 40s and maybe snow. So that's fun. Oh, I'm just like tired and nuts. We are just having a grand old timey around here. Let's see here. What else? Yesterday was so busy. I had work I needed to manage. But we don't need to talk about that. I also collected sparkly things for my bikini. So that was fun. Because I'm not ready to, I mention this every week. I try to be a monogamous projector so I don't get distracted and finish one of my projects. Or at least I shouldn't say that. Sometimes, blah, blah, blah. I collected stuff. So that was fun and exciting. Thank you, Elliot, for some of the treasures that are going into these costuming creations. I'm so sad you moved, but I'm so excited for the notions. You win some, you lose some. And let's see here. I know, I want to think about my garden, but there's so little room that I feel trying to find stuff to grow that doesn't need water. It's really hard because my favorite things to grow are tomatoes and cucumbers, but my cucumber bean here is terrible. It's the worst time because they take so much water, and I can't spare it. It sucks. So yeah, growing where you are in a constant drought is not fun. Yeah. What else is new and exciting? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just chilling and rambling to you guys while I work on this. Oh, I know. I had this idea for a standalone video for a while because this topic came up, and then it came up again this week in weird ways. So you might as well just chit chat about it now. Parents and kids, don't use performance enhancing substances until you're of a legal age, and even then, make sure that just be in a just be careful and be thoughtful. Because what poor skater, did she even know, or was it like, here's your vitamins, just take these, they're good for you. Like, you can't muck around with other people's health like that. It's just not right or safe. We also shouldn't be treating our athletes like they're racehorses, because they're not. And we probably shouldn't be doping our racehorses the way we do either. So it's just it all just makes me really upset and frustrated. And it's not that I'm anti people doing things, but if you're not old enough, if you're not developed, if you're just makes me so mad. I don't even have the words. It frustrates me to no end. It's like the same with the high schoolers who are hoping to get scholarships for basketball or football at these like giant schools. Just just don't jeopardize your health and well-being for something that just don't do it. I mean, with the amount of bodybuilders that have died in the past 10 months, it's crazy. And some of them did live to have ripe old ages, but what was it, Tom Prince, who was only 52, John Meadows in his 40s, 50s-ish, that just don't do it. Sunny Andrews with her rhabdo, it's like, and she's a freaking surgeon. You should know better. Yeah, probably because you have to be rich to be able to afford a horse and then to be able to have access to all of the drugs to give your horses. And they can't consent either. I mean, your horse can't give you permission. It's so ridiculous. So crazy. It makes me so frustrated and so mad. And I mean, at some point, I'm gonna have some biological changes happening again. And so it's not that I'm like anti hormones and anti appropriate use for things, because when I'm deciding for if and what and when I might need to make some choices, I'm like keeping all the options open. But I'm not a little kid, and will be for medical purposes and not just some competitive advantage. It makes me so mad. Makes me so mad! Yeah, so that's my rant for the day. I'm like, but the nays are overruled. Big money wins again. The nays are overruled. Yeah, there's too much power and too much money in anywhere tends to be problematic. It just seems that way. And that's hard to be trusting when it's so just that storyline repeats itself over and over and over again. It was like a one and done. It would be. Ugh. Okay, let's get back to happy stitching. I want happy stitches and positive stitches. I don't want angry stitches. Oh my gosh, hey, this will be a good segue. So I can't remember what maybe it's in the one of the old-fashioned sewing books I have. Says when you get ready to sit down at your sewing machine, you should be well fed, dress nicely, put your face on, do your hair out so that your projects turn out better. Like, love it. I just thought that was too funny. Because, I mean, seriously, well, I do put my makeup on to come and stream and so I shouldn't say nobody does that because that is not true. But it just made me giggle. I do think it's important to have intention when you're stitching because you want to have a happy project. You don't want to have an angry project, especially if you're making something for somebody else, to just put positive intentions or just have good wishes for them while you're working on it. I think is good practice. It is. So I'm gonna put our smile back on and stitch happy. So oh my god, I was so hungry, I needed a snack before the stream, so I had a tin of mackerel, and now I've got mackerel burps. That like tastes mackerel. I have mackerel tasted tea today. So that's funny. Not that and nobody there's not enough people here to laugh at me. You don't have to like it, just laugh. So if you can't laugh at yourself, you shouldn't be laughing at others. And does anybody hey audience, anybody working on any projects while we're sitting together? Anything fun and exciting going on in your worlds? No. Okay. Great. Do I need to give you guys some time? Beautiful hearing stuff again. My supersonic hearing rings out again. I'm also trying to not stitch to my pants. That would not be helpful. No, probably only like another gajillion hours for this project to be done. As soon as this sweater's done, I am going to start allocating some of my morning stitching time to this project because I've got other. I had so many things that I want on my project list. I also need to make some new cats. Happy cats! Yay! Somebody's making happy cats. Where was I going? Oh, I need to make some new pants and some new summer outfits because my scale number's been stable, but I checked my measurements and I've lost between 2 inches in my waist measurement from the last time I made clothes. And I'm like, why isn't stuff fitting? I'm like, oh, that could be why my clothes don't fit right now. And that's also why I do not cut my pattern pieces out. I trace them. Oh, but that reminds me. So I really generally enjoy the free patterns from Mood that you just print them and print and tape and repeat. Where was I going? Oh, the apricot ensemble. Yes, I think that those pants are super cute, and I pulled out the bag that I thought had the pattern in it, and the top is there. The pattern for the little bralette top is there, but the bottoms are not in there. So like behind that you can't see on the floor is a huge pile of patterns, so I can hopefully find them. Yeah, so those patterns are generally pretty good. There's a new designer there who I appreciate their written instruction, their clarity a little bit better than some of the other designers. Namely that they clearly say what the seam allowance is and whether or not it's included in the pattern, because if you don't So if the pattern has a seam allowance in it and you don't know, and then add extra, your piece is going to be too big. But if you don't add it, then things are going to be too small. So it just makes it frustrating. So I appreciate when patterns are very clear about that detail. Yeah. So I want to do another pair of the dogwood pants. Even though I spent so much, actually, you know what? I made a pair in the autumn time and hand did this like gorgeous stitching up the sides, but I haven't finished the waistband, so I think I might just take in the darts a little bit more to make them fit better. And at which time I should probably also finish the waist so that it looks nice, because it's not finished and therefore doesn't look nice. So that's that. I'm gonna do a pair or two of the apricot ensemble shorts are so adorable. I already made 1, 2, 3 of them, and most of them are too big now. So the joys of body recomping. Your clothes don't fit forever, which is fine. I like new clothes. I like new stuff. I hate shopping for new clothes. I don't remember the last time I've done that. It's been ages. I hate trying stuff on and then there's something that's always off. Most of the time they're way too long because I am a short human. Not the shortest, but I, yeah, I'm just not tall. Which, that's the other thing I needed to do on those dogwood pants is because I'm so short, the taper at the calf, it just didn't look right. So I did alter that pattern to fit better. I want to redo that top also, but there's something off with it. I think, what did I need to do? Decide. I needed to raise the arm side, maybe make the back more narrow. So I have quite a discrepancy between my front bodice measurements and my back bodice measurements, which is just the way it is. And I don't know, the back, it just feels too big. Actually, it's so big that the pattern calls for a zip, and I usually just slip it on without. The ones I made in velour and like stretchy material, I just like, why am I going to put a zip in a sweatshirt? Um, yeah, so I want to do those things. So I'll probably after this retrace some patterns, pick out some material, and get the cutting done. Should probably train a little bit today, or at least practice my posing, because I didn't do that. Really need to stop being scared about those push-up combinations for my routine, because if I don't work on them, I will not get better at them, because you can't get upset about the skills you didn't nail if you didn't practice them. So it also kind of goes along with that other adage of failing to prepare is preparing to fail. I don't want to do that. No. And yeah, oh, and my mending pile. I have got some sweaters I need to mend. My very first sweater has got a hole in it. I'm like scared. I've mended I've darned socks before, but I've never darned a sweater. So I don't know why it intimidates me. That's just silly. I really like that sweater. And my black and white one has got 2 little holes in it in the moss stitch section. So that intimidates me also. I don't know how to fix it. I just need to watch the right YouTube video, I'm sure. Or just read some instructions. We'll get there. It would be nice to have my mending heap to not have a mending heap. That would be nice. That's that whole sentence. What else? What's next? Does anybody? Oh, hey, replay crew. I don't know if anybody watches in the replay, but if you do, welcome. Drop me down in the downstairs a pet emoji. Your pet. I'd like to see. What do you have? I have 2 cats, Loki and Freya. Well, I currently have 2 cats. I had other cats, but they got old. Or my young chappie was very sick. I don't want to think about it because I don't want to cry my freezer. Because I spent hours getting this adorable today. Actually, no, it only took like 10 minutes. Because I'm getting faster. Oh, but I did love, was that this week I watched Jamie Pinder's makeup tutorial for how to look pretty when you have no body fat. Brilliant. Also, it's like, oh, do I at some point want to save up for like fillers and all these cosmetic things? I don't know yet. Right now, I don't feel like I need it, so it's not really on my radar. Once you start, you have to keep going, so I'm trying to like hold off as long as possible before if I decide to go down that route, wait till I just wait. No double chin, I just got bat wings. I know that was creepy. I'm so creepy. It's been the weekend and I've still been up at 6:30 both days. So that's sleeping in. Between cats, there's an alarm that goes off at 7:30 in the morning every day, so it's not something like me yet, it's something else. No, it's so quiet. It'll be super fun maybe when people like start to build this stitching community. What other video? I am gonna go back to making stand-up like pre-recorded videos. Does anybody have any idea? What are people interested in? I know what I like to do, but with my community of no one, what would you enjoy seeing me stumble through? I know my how to make a hula hoop video continues to get views. And do we want hula hoop tutorials? Do we want me just hooping? Or do you want to do 30-minute cardio and I just like on body hoop with it? Like, you want my skincare reviews? Because I actually enjoy getting the little samples from the smaller sizes from Etsy because some of the products are so expensive and I'm not going to just like plug down X amount of money if I don't know if I like a product first. So I have like this container of empty things thinking I'm gonna film and I never do, so I guess it's time to just throw those out. Message retracted. Somebody deleted stuff. Somebody's deleting their receipts. I know, we talk about the same stuff every week while we're here. Maybe we do. Whatever. Just me being a nobody influencer. Posted some poop stuff to Instagram. Actually, and it didn't get, for the first number of days, it didn't get any traction. And then I got some nice comments from people who are on TV for it's so weird. Seems like you get no traction and all of a sudden I don't know, something pops off somewhere. I mean, nothing's gone viral. Except for how bad I am. Can't even get any meme comment. I barely, I'm such a nobody. I'm mentally prepared for people to say nasty things like, oh, your hair is not right, you're this, you're that, blah. But I'm so much of a nobody that I don't even get mean comments. I just get ignored. I don't like that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but it's so friendly. It's maybe just because I'm a cup of coffee. Oh, God. We have 3 to 5 topics to talk about. You touched on one today. Okay. That's true. I did touch about the Olympics. Oh, no, I talked about 2 things so far. I talked about what I'm going to be making next. And how my week is going. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm tired. Almost nap time. Oh, did I do it? Oh, thank goodness. I really did almost stitch myself. At least I haven't drawn blood today. There's nothing like stabbing yourself with your pins and needles. Oh, and Bernadette Banner's new project. I love what she makes. She's partly why I'm doing so much of this by hand, but I think I'm going to do the side seams as French seams on the machine because it's my project and I'll do it how I want to. But I just do. I make what I like, how I like it. Which is why things like Fair Isle knitting probably will never do. I hate that much counting and color work. And then you gotta work in all the ends. Like that project you think you're done, and then you're like, oh, I have all these ends to finish. I'm not finished. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. Is there people actually watching this Olympics and football today? I guess probably. Not that changes my viewership of my one viewer. here for practice and the fun. And I've got these big projects, so I thought, why not have talk to myself into the info loads on the weekends, which is what I've been doing. You know, I still can't figure out where my software for my camera is. I don't understand how it works for live streaming, but I can't like words. But to just use my camera as a monitor to record, it is not. I don't know. The drivers are downloaded, but they won't install. I've watched so many tutorials, tried so many things. I basically just said, screw it. It's not worth my time. Though honestly, I'm mostly just excited that it works for this because I love my ancient camera. Might get some new lenses, but just, blah, blah, blah. We haven't sung any songs today. Oh my gosh, I listened to... Okay, I'm not going to read that one. Alright. I don't understand. Oh, my brain just wandered off the tracks. What? Where was I going? Where was I? What? I got lost. Oh, that's it. Listened to the new song that got released a couple weeks ago. Loved it. The video, great. It kind of was like throwback to medical goth, and kind of had like old school Marilyn Manson vibes. He was good and creepy. Oh, the ramen bowl. Oh man, don't make me hungry. I want sushi so bad. The super ramen bowl. Oh, my gosh, I don't know, since we started eating out of the circle diet, if you need more, go check out Coach Greg. I have the same breakfast variation on a theme every day and have protein and veg for my other meals. And we've gone since March of last year, have eaten at a restaurant or had takeout twice. And it's not that we can't, the foods that have been coming out of the kitchen are so good that I don't... The best eating protocol is the one that you don't feel like you need to cheat on it. It's got everything that you're looking for. If I'm not on a diet, I have an eating protocol. Am I going to have to cut some calories and do some things to start cutting here for my show? Yes. But right now I'm happily maintaining, and that's good. I can train, I have energy for stuff. I know, that's the other reason I'm a little, well, debating whether to make my blue fitted stuff 2 sizes smaller and for where I'm going to be, or just make it how it fits me now? All the questions. The questions. The sewing with non-stretch fabric is not, it definitely is impetus to stay relatively around the same measurements, because if I take time to make something, I want to be able to wear it. Got enough material. I can have my on-season clothes and off-season clothes. I think I've got enough storage for that. And it helps that my clothes keep getting smaller, so I can fit more into my storage spaces. So, can't complain. I'm just turning into I'm like my grandma. She had so many clothes and so many shoes. She like change her clothes 3 times a day, every day for like an entire week, and not rewear the same things. She had an amazing closet. And was an amazing seamstress and knitter, which is how I got into needlecrafts. Well, not all needlecrafts, because I do remember being at her house and asking her to show me how to crochet when I was a little kid. It's been like 3 or 4. So we had this bureau right on the top shelf for the needles, and she would get me one down, and she had a shoe box that she had kept scraps of yarn for us to make a mess in and play around with. And then after we like tangled up all the balls, my grandfather would sit in the kitchen with the box and like slowly unwind everything and put the pretty balls again. Yes, happy times. Happy memories. And when I turned 5, I got a sewing box and a set of pillowcases to embroider. So it's just, I don't know whether everybody needed us to have projects to do, and just, I don't know, just always did needlework, quilting or knitting or sewing, beadwork, something. We've just been doing it for generations and just haven't stopped. And now we all kind of like to do different stuff. I have one of my family members is an amazing counted cross stitcher, and that's another one of those things. I love looking at them, but the act of doing counted cross stitch just makes me cross-eyed. I get cross-eyed for cross stitch. Oh man, we're almost at an hour, you up, folks. Woo-woo. I'm at the end of my thread. Okay. Let me. I mean, purposeful, not just tangled in that. All right, folks, I have reached the end of this thread. We're at almost an hour. I'm babbling, and I want to go outside and enjoy a little bit of sunshine while I still have it. So, don't wait until tomorrow when you can be fabulous today. All right, folks, have fun. Until next week. See you then.